Okay, guys, the topic for the past week is week 72, and that topic is how did you make the decision to transition? Tell us about the process you went through and how you knew it was the right choice. So, again, a pretty simple question for me in general. I I made the decision to transition probably before I even knew what transitioning was. When I was, like, I want to say from the age of 10 on, I felt like a boy. I wanted to be a boy, and I did almost anything to make that happen. Got my hair cut real short. I would change my name. I would introduce myself as Adam. Um, I practiced some Wicca stuff with my friends. We were sort of investigating our spirituality and stuff like that when I was young. And that was the one thing I always wished for. I always wished for either money so that I could change things, or I wished to be born male. When did I physically decide that those were the steps I was going to take? I would say probably around 16, 17. That's when I really started looking into how to physically transition. I decided 16 that that's what I wanted to do, 16, 17. When did I actually start to physically transition? That wasn't until I was 22. And a lot of that was my parents in that whole situation. They're religious, they don't believe in doctors. Most of it was money, though, which is what infuriates me with the trans community is that you can decide at 16 you want to transition, but it's not about your decision. There are other factors at work there, namely being money. It costs money to see doctors, it costs money to see psychologists. Those are not typical things you can write off on your insurance policy, and insurance doesn't really cover gender identity disorder. So, money has always been the biggest issue that has impaired my transition, not my want for it. Um, the process that I went through? I don't even know how to explain the process. It started when I was really young, like 8 or 9, 10 maybe, when I was younger and I felt different from other kids, and I was constantly trying to figure out how I felt different. I had friends that were girls and friends that were boys. I found out I was more like my friends that were boys, just in almost every aspect. I tried to mimic my friends that were girls. I tried to be buddies with them about certain things, but they just didn't really fit me. And so I was looking for a narrative or a concept that really and felt like it was me. And I remember going online and looking up girl trapped in boy's body or girl wants to be boy, like things like that. And that's where I started finding out about transitioning and FTMs and that it was even a possibility. So I would say that's sort of where it started. It started with these feelings of, being just like my guy friends, being just like my younger brother, and then because of the internet, I was able to put these feelings into keywords and find out that there are other people like me and figure out that there was a way for me to physically go through this transition. I was really scared at the time, not of what I was, but of all the processes that I had to go through to be myself. I was really afraid that I'd never be able to make it through, that I'd never be able to do it, and I've come a really long way, and I'm really proud of the steps that I've taken, and I'm really proud of the fact that I've been able to make this work. Um, if you were to tell me back then that I would have chest surgery by 26, I would have answered one of two things: why that long, or I can't believe it actually will happen to me. So things have been progressing. I still have a little bit further to go in my physical transition, but like I said, I pretty much decided in fourth, fifth grade that that's what I wanted. I learned the words, the vocabulary, the physical transition I'd need to go through, like seventh grade, eighth grade, and then ninth grade and 10th grade is when I really started sharing where I was going with the rest of the world. My community, my parents, my friends and family members, all those people. So I guess that sort of explains my thought process. I mean, I don't even know that I really can. I tried on different labels. I looked up different definitions. I tried to figure out where I was, where I fit. Um, I started with sexuality, who I was attracted to. But when that didn't really resolve anything, I continued on to gender identity, and I found out that's really where the problems were. I tried when I first went away to college to not let the whole trans thing get to me, to just fit in the gay, lesbian, trans community as best I could, whether that was identified as trans or not. Um, and it just got really hard for me. I can't relate to women as a woman. I don't even know how well I relate to women as a man, but I know that for me that's more comfortable. I wasn't socialized male, so socially it's a little different, but I mean, I've picked up on I mean, I don't know very many people that know me today, um, have met me within the last 2 years that suspect or think that I'm anything but 100% male. Um, if anything, they read my semi-femininity as maybe I'm bi or gay. And for me, that's not really a problem. I'm not bi or gay. I don't find it offensive or insulting that anybody would think that, but I'm just me. So I guess that's sort of my thought process. For more detailed questions, please send me a message on my personal channel. All right, guys. Peace. I'm going to get to today's topic.